Hey, boys and girls, what's up? It's the one and only, the Black Avenger, aka the Black Azrael Lee Sanders of the RCWR show, coming at you with a little bit of breaking news in case you might have missed it. I know I did, and I don't feel bad about it at all because I was kicking back watching some really solid NBA games. Man, talk about the Washington Wizards, by the way. I mean, all the guys that played yesterday, but Wizards making a little bit of history right there, but that's an entirely different story. We're talking comic books. In case you missed it, Jared Leto. You all are familiar with him, or at least you should be. I pretty much know him best from The Panic Room and American Psycho. Well, he, along with Warner Brothers, have revealed an official photograph, mind you, of his new version of the Joker, which is going to be making its debut in the Suicide Squad movie set for release summer of 2016. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar with Jared, hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. If not, please forgive me in advance. I know there are those of you out there that are very particular in pronunciations and all that. Don't have a cow. Come on now, just woosah, woosah, woosah. But for those of you that are like, that face, the name sounds familiar, but I can't really put the face with the name, I'm gonna do a series of screen share images with you all, as well as let you all see the first image of this new Joker in case you all had missed it. So it's going to be a fun experience for all of us. And I mean, it makes sense that I'm talking about this because if you check out my background, I've got Superman on one side, which is going to be changing pretty soon. I'm probably going to maybe swap that out for a movie poster. I've been getting big into vintage movie stuff and all that, or I might swipe it out for Spider-Man over here. I don't know just yet, but let's do screen share image for you. Makes all the sense in the world that we're talking about this here. It only makes sense because I'm definitely a big comic book guru. So I'm going to fade out so that we can show you an image of the handsome fella that's going to be playing Joker. See, hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. I'm just going to let that resonate for a little bit, and we'll go from there. Okay. So, yeah, the way it's looking right now, just to do a brief recap, you know, Joker, he's been around. My God, he made his debut in the 1940s. As a matter of fact, 1940 to be exact. And this photograph had came about as a result of to celebrate the 75th anniversary of DC Comics, as David Ayer, who is the Suicide Squad director, he is the one that have treated us all to a first real and official look at actor slash musician Jared Leto in the upcoming Joker role for the movie. So I know you guys are like, show the image already. Show the image already. All right, we're going to show you guys the image. Let's just load it up right here. And bear with me a second here, guys. I'm doing screen share. I'm still kind of getting the hang of this. So patience is appreciated here. All right, so we'll load this up. And I'm just going to let the photograph just resonate in you all's minds. And I mean, you all just get a really good look and a really good feel for that. And tell me what you guys think. And if you aren't seeing the images that I'm showing you, definitely comment below. I need to know. That way I know if I'm doing it right or if I'm doing it wrong here. But there it is. There is your first official look at Jared Leto as the Joker. And I mean, this borrows elements from the infamous image that I grew up as a kid in the 80s going into the 90s seeing, which was a Joker that was grabbing his head just like how Jared is in this photo pose right here. And there was the text, ha, 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 behind him. As a matter of fact, that's actually part of our thumbnail that we're going to be hooking up. So for you guys that's like, yeah, that kind of seems a little bit familiarly, you'll come on back. You'll see the thumbnail that I'm talking about. But when you look at this Joker, you can really feel the elements of the graphic novel Batman The Killing Joke, which is like one of my all-time favorite graphic novels of all time. Right up there with Hush. I definitely was a big fan of that. Rest in peace, Batman. Love that as well. But this definitely borrows some major serious elements to the Batman Killing Joke novel. If I got to go with first impressions right now, I'm impressed. And look, I know Heath Ledger. Yes, he was the man. He took the Joker to a whole new different level. But when it comes to the men that have played Joker over the years, everybody has their favorites. I mean, look, I am a big, big, big fan of Cesar Romero. Loved his Joker from the 1966 Batman TV series. Loved it to death. Little trivia for you guys. Those of you that remember the 1960 movie Ocean's 11, he was actually in that. Some of you all may be like, huh? Yes, he was actually in that movie, believe it or not. Do your research. Check it out if you don't believe me. But you follow that up with Jack Nicholson and what he did in 1989's Batman movie. Then you had what Heath Ledger did in The Dark Knight Rises. And without a doubt, fans have for many, many years always been infatuated with the Joker character. And I got to tell you, it looks like, for all intents and purposes, that the way this movie is coming about right now that we've seen first image here of how the Joker is going to be looking, hey, I think it's kind of going in the right direction. I personally feel. I know some people may be a little bit offended by this image because some people may feel, but it's not the Joker that I grew up on. It's not the Romero, it's not the Jack Nicholson. I make sure we mention Jack. I cannot talk about Joker without mentioning Jack. Definitely on point right there with Jack Nicholson. But I mean, going to people and saying, hey, which Joker did you like? I guarantee you're going to get a different answer. And if we got to go with animated voices, yes, hell to the yes. Mark Hamill, his Joker. Freaking, let's take this image out and we'll bring me back in. So the way it's looking right now with this Suicide Squad movie, it is going to be making its theatrical debut. Looks like August 5th, 2016. And in case you miss who's going to be part of the all-star cast for this, check this out. This is going to be freaking awesome. You got Will Smith playing Deadshot, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Cara Delevingne as the Enchantress, and Joe Kinnaman as Rick Flag. So that's the way it's shaping up right now. Of course, you got Man of Steel, the Batman Superman movie follow-up that's going to be coming up, or as it's being dubbed, Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. That's going to be coming out next year. All around, it's looking like it's going to be a really good 1-2 punch for DC Comics. I'd love to know you all's first impressions of Jared Leto as the Joker. Are you for it? Are you against it? Are you indifferent right now? Is it a case where maybe you need to see a little bit more, like not necessarily still images, but is it a case where maybe you need to see like actual film footage? What is it that's kind of rubbing you the wrong way if you kind of aren't on board just yet? Post your comments down below and we'll definitely follow up on what you'll have to say on a future episode of the RCWR show, our live radio / podcast edition that you can catch Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on Spreaker.com. If it's your first time checking us out, I'd love to have you subscribe to us so you never miss out on all the great content we do for you on a weekly basis. When it comes to breaking news, like what we're doing for you all right now, or we have some really fun and insightful interviews, album reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, we do review several wrestling shows. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss out. Join our growing community of over 10,000 subscribers. That includes over 6 million views and counting to date. Be a part of the family. You share this a number of ways, please. Google Plus it, Facebook it, retweet it. One of the many ways you can spread the good word about our content. And make sure you give this a thumbs up, because when you do, basically, you're showing your appreciation for us YouTube video creators. So until next go round, please be safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. See you next go round. Everybody, take care.